Morning, it's day 4 on the Cumbria Way, and I've got about 15 miles today from here in Keswick up over the northern fells to Caldbeck. So out of town and back to work. Here we go then. It's steeply out of town and up a small hill which packs a punch called Luwaks, just up there. Well, when I said Luwaks packed a bit of a punch, it does so in two ways. First of all, that rather sharp ascent out of the town, and that bossed-in view. Well, Luwaks was the very first Wainwright that I climbed many years ago, and the one that I've climbed most often. And it certainly was like visiting another old friend today. So on we go now, over there round Lanshan Fell and up to the northern fells. I'm descending down the fell side here to join up with the Cumbria Way path just down there, and then it stays more or less on the same contour for quite a few miles. Just up above there you can see the zigzag path which leads up to Skiddaw. Cumbria Way doesn't go there, it goes round to the right, and you can see that crosses the beck here and then round the side of the hill that side. It's cool to see both on the same shot. I remember this beck crossing from years ago after a long day up climbing Skiddaw with my 3-year-old son in a carrier on my back. I was absolutely shattered when we got back round to this bit. Completely fell asleep in seconds, zonked. One last look back down to Derwentwater. The way now goes up this V-shaped valley with the Skiddaw group on the left side and Blencathra on the right side. And this is the valley that Dan and I traversed in the opposite direction just last year on a 2-day hike and wild camp. Go and have a look at that video. And this is actually a fault line which runs quite straight for many miles right the way north south through the Lake District National Park. Almost up to Skiddaw House in the distance on the top of the rise there.
We got your soul, hunting alone, traveling from the deep forest into the sun.
I've been going about 4 hours. It's about halfway through the hike today, so time for a rest. And the wind has thankfully gone today, that I've had every day so far on this hike. I thought it was going to be all rainy and misty for the first hour up to Luwaks, but it seems to have cleared and the clouds have lifted a bit. So it's very pleasant walking conditions at the moment because it's calm and just the right temperature. So also a lot of people on the trail this morning. It's a Monday morning. I must have seen 50 people so far going both directions. Groups of young people, older people, dog walkers, cyclists, one or two Cumbria Way walkers, but not many. So yeah, I'm surprised by that. Up in the Northern Fells it's normally quite deserted. Yeah, so after this we've got quite a steep climb coming up in a little bit, so get some energy inside me and push on with that later. The second round sheepfold of this little bit. It's opened out a bit now to this vehicle, Land Rover track, and it's a bit easier going. Okay, so I've come 3.5 miles in more or less a straight line east from Skiddaw House back that way, and now there's a turn down that way. There is the village of Mungrisdale, but the Cumbria Way goes across this bridge and then heads up this steep-sided valley. And right on the top, I don't know if you can see, I can see it, is a tiny little man-made hut called Lingy Hut. It's a bothy, and that's where I'm going to have a cup of coffee. There are some old mine workings up this valley, and they mined a variety of precious minerals up here many years ago. Okay, so as you saw, the path down by the beck is terrible. It's flooded, muddy, the bank's giving way. It's not a proper path. You're just slogging up the side of the beck. So either at the mine workings or just a little bit past, you've got to go directly right and get up the bank on your right hand side. It's hard work, but the earlier you do it, the better, because then you get on this nice, easy, grassy path. And this continues all the way up here. Okay, there's another stream now coming down to meet the main beck. We've got to cross this one, and you'll see two paths. There's one which goes to the right, close to the beck. That's the one you want. Made it. Oh man, I'm at Lingy Hut, and from where you saw me cross the beck there, from then on it was a slog. Oh, hard work and boggy and just strength sapping, but I'm here now and there's even a little bit of sunshine. A little bit of wind, but not much really, so time for another rest and another coffee. Marvellous. So let's go and have a look inside Lingy Hut. It's an official mountain bothy. Look, there's the MBA sign. Let's have a look then. Oh, it's very clean. Here we go. That's all right, isn't it? There's wooden benches, probably enough to sleep 3. A little metal surface for cooking, I suppose. A couple of chairs. Oh, they picked a good spot for that window, didn't they? Look at that. Marvellous. It's great to be out of the wind and somewhere to sit down. And I've even got 1 bar of signal, which is exactly 1 bar more than I thought I'd get, so that's a bonus. Cheers. I liked Lingy Hut, it was better than I expected. So on we go now, not far actually, to the summit of High Pike, just ahead here on a good path, which is the highest point on the entire Cumbria Way. So actually the clouds have lifted a lot throughout the day, so I'm hopeful of some good views up there. Well, it's a great summit, 360-degree views, so it's not super clear, but I'm not complaining, so I'll let you see it. Thankfully there is a wind shelter here on the summit. Right, now it's all downhill, I hope, just a few miles to Caldbeck down there. Come on then. The going is pretty easy off the summit, it's soft grassy paths. That's Caldbeck. It's just got the sunshine on it right now at the moment, so there's about, I'd say, 3 miles from here. All downhill though. Here's the Oddfellows Arms in Caldbeck. And I'm staying at the campsite just on the edge of the village. Well, it's a small campsite, but it's very well kept. That's the shower block, flowers and all, and here's the grass. It looks like a lovely mown lawn. That's nice. The campsite's about 20% full, so there's loads of space. It's very quiet. Here's my stuff. It's dry. Got my shoes off, look. My feet out. Every picture's got a little Bernie bin here. I've got a picnic table. There's the shower block I mentioned with the flowers, it's brand new. Here, this shed's even a little kitchenette. And the backdrop, very nice. So I think I've fallen on my feet with this campsite. It's lovely. The lady was very friendly as well, and she was standing there by the gate as I arrived. "Justin," she said. "Yes, hello." Pitch anywhere you want. This campsite, £5. What a bargain. Look, they've even got Cumbria Way map time. That's great. Let's have a quick run through then. Right, started down here in Ulverston, all the way up past Coniston Water and the old man of Coniston, stopped in the village, over Tarnhouse and Elterwater to Langdale, up over Stake Pass to Rossway, that mad day, a more gentle day, up past Catbells and Derwentwater to Keswick yesterday, up over the Northern Fells and High Pike earlier, and then down into Caldbeck, which leaves me just a flat stretch along the river, 15 miles tomorrow, to Carlisle and the finish. And that is a very nice end to day 4. See you tomorrow.